Hello again, everybody. This is Jan Monahan for Wrapping with Jan. I wanted to do a video on the October stamping kit from Hero Arts, and the more I looked at the videos that other people had done, I couldn't figure out anything new to teach you. But after a while, I thought, well, we're going to start on the 12 tags of Christmas, and the first few tags, all 4 tags will be the number 1, so you're going to get 4 and 1 here. But what I've done from the kit, I have stamped and die cut, and I used Copic markers, and I made all of these trees. Some I've decorated, and I'll tell you about that later, and some I have not. What I've done with all of them, however, is I've cut this circle out. Now we're going to do 4 backgrounds. We're going to do this particular background came with the kit. It's the blue glitter paper, and from Hero Arts in the Infinity Dies, I have picked, and I believe it was the 3 1/4 by 4 inch oval die, and that's this one here, and it fits very nicely into it, right on top of our tree, and we're going to make tags out of this. So let's get started. I went ahead and I cut an oval out of the blue glitter paper, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue it on to there we go. Glue it onto the glitter paper. And this is probably the easiest one because there's not a whole lot of work. Now I'm going to decorate these one at a time. So I'm using a jewel picker, and this is probably the best thing on the market. There was another one that I thought was pretty cool, and I can't recall the name of it, but this one is my go-to. So I have some leftover jewels here. And I'm going to decorate my tree. Now, sure I am. And I believe, whoops, I had these left over from the birthstone project I did a while ago. And I'm also going to use a few of the gems or the stars from the kit. Right, I'm going to use some of the gems that came with the kit. And I've got little dots of glue here. I'm using Nuvo glue, Nuvo adhesive. Oops. And I like these because they've got flat backs and they adhere well. They'd be good for a scrapbooking project. Okay, and I've also got some pearls. And I don't want to put too many on here. But I'll put some pearls way out on these branches. And way up at the top. All right. Now what I'll do to finish this off, I'm going to put a hole up here and I'll put probably some silver ribbon on it. And I've got some Merry Christmas stickers. And since it's white on the back, the person giving the gift will be able to put a to and from on there. And that is the first of 4 tags, and we're on to number 2. All right, we're going to continue working on the backgrounds for some Christmas tags. And we're still working on tag number 1, even though there's going to be 4 individuals. This is Yupo paper. It's a synthetic paper. I want to call it a plastic, but I'm not quite sure what to call it. So, but this is a synthetic paper. Let's just stick with that. I'm going to try and attempt, I'm going to do 2 of these. I'm going to try and attempt to, with, what am I using here? I'm using amethyst and turquoise and Valencia, which is orange. I'm going to try and make it look like an Aurora Borealis. No, how do you say that? How about the Northern Lights? Let's try that. I'm going to attempt to make this look like the Northern Lights, and the tree is under the Northern Lights. And bear with me here. I'm not an expert. I just kind of go with the flow. So let's see what happens. Okay, we've got those down. Now, here comes the Northern Lights. Let's hope. Okay, we're going to let this dry, and hopefully we're going to be able to get we should be able to get something out of there and something out of there. So, just in case this one doesn't work, I've got another one here. Now I am working on a Tonic Studio mat by Tim Holtz. And the way you get rid of all the stains on here, especially with alcohol ink, is to use the cheapest hand sanitizer you can get. And it will, well, there you go. We're getting it up. and it dries quickly, and you can go on without hurting any other projects. So, there we are, all said and done. Okay, let's see if we can do this again. I'm going to make a Z pattern this time. Or maybe a zigzag would be better. And I'm going to try and say this again. Aurora Borealis. Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to try the Valencia and see how this works. And we will come back. There. All right, we're going to let that dry. And let's hope we can get some. Yep, we'll be able to get a few. Okay, let's let that dry. We're fine. Our next background is going to be watercolor paper. And this is, I believe it's a 140-pound cold press Canson. And I've used this product before, and I love it. This is the Colorcraft Brusho Crystal Color, and it's just a pack of 12, and I found this to be enough. If you're a real stickler for lots and lots of color, you might want to go to the 24, but I found this to be very adequate. Out of that, I'm going to be using Brilliant Red and Scarlet. And if you've seen me use this before, it's a lot of fun. I've had my husband take the smallest drill bit that he had, and he very kindly drilled 4 holes in the top of these. I didn't even, it's got a little pull tab, kind of like you do on a milk bottle. And I've still left them on. I just drilled holes in there because a little dab will do you. All right, I'm going to wet the paper. And this is so much fun. I'm going to do this with my granddaughters here pretty soon. And you don't need very much. It's just like putting salt on your food. And that was the Scarlet. And this is the Brilliant Red. And this looks like fireworks. I love it. All right, now we can leave it like this, or we can spray it again and move that paint around. I think I'm just going to let this dry. And we'll see what happens there. That's what it looks like now. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry. Is just going to be some Distress Oxide, and I've got it in Wilted Violet and Worn Lipstick. And if you've watched any Jennifer McGuire, anybody else who does rubber stamping, this is easy peasy. And this piece of paper is more than ample than what we need to get a tag made for the background. And I'm not sure how this is going to look with the green tree, but we'll find out soon. For those of you who wonder how I keep this organized, on the back of every, I don't know what you'd call this, every pad, I put a piece of Velcro, and it keeps things very organized. And it keeps things from getting contaminated. Using worn lipstick. Now let's see if I can make this look a little bit like the night sky. Put a little bit of water in my hand and just drop it. Yeah, that'll look good. All right. Okay, while all this is drying, I'm going to get things organized to make the rest of the tags, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've allowed these two products to dry, and I'm hoping you can see it with the camera. Now, admittedly, these are two different colors on two different surfaces. This is watercolor paper, and this is cardstock. However, when I sprayed this shimmer spritz on here, I got a very intense sparkle. Now, of course, after I did this, I started reading the instructions, and it says experiment with different distances, so maybe it wouldn't be quite so intense if I didn't do it so closely. But it turns out that it looks pretty good. Now, the iridescent watercolor ink that came with the kit is a much softer sparkle, but it's a sparkle nonetheless. And for what I'm going to do with it, it's perfect. So let me show you what I'll do with the red before we go on to the purple one. Once again, I use the 3 1/4 by 4 oval, and I use several different products to decorate the tree. And I was just messing around. I really wasn't trying to get any effect, but I used some. This is called Studio Glitter, but it's the same as Stickles. And then I used two different kinds of Nuvo drops. I used the, what is this color? Bright Gold, and I think this is White Blizzard. Okay, now the White Blizzard you can't see very well, but unless you're close. Now what happened here, and I thought I was going to cause a problem, but it turned out very well. I thought all of my little spots here were dry, and they weren't, and I put them in my Sizzix machine and ran them through, and what happened was they all kind of got smushed down, so they look more like ornaments than they did when I started. So I'm very happy with that error. This will be a very attractive tag. So let me get this put down, and then we'll take a look at the lavender one. this right down here. And to finish off and make it a tag, whoops, well that got it. Where did it go? I don't know. And I've just got some very thin grosgrain ribbon that I'm going to run through here. And we can attach it to any package that you like. And there's another tag made with the tree from the kit from October. Now for the last tag, I went ahead and cut this out of the same thing with the same die. And my daughter's friend just had a little baby girl a couple of months ago, and I thought, well, I'm going to make a tag for baby's first Christmas. And this little girl's name is the cutest thing. It's Paisley. So this will be for Paisley. And from my stash, I have this little group of pink flowers with pearls in it, and I'm going to put that on there. And from the February kit from Hero Arts, these are pink hearts and pink sequins. And these were the only pink sequins. I was hoping to find some pink pearls, but I think I used those for my last baby project. But we'll do our best here and see what's going on. And once again, I'm using this the Nuvo adhesive, and I did just lop off the top a little bit. It was getting sticky. There we go. Let's see, let's do one more. Whoops, that's clear. We're not going to be able to see that. Now, isn't that pretty? That would make any mother happy. And as soon as I find my hole punch here, there it is, right in front of me. I'm going to try and do this without disrupting anything here. Whoop. Ah! All right, tell you what. We'll run this right through here and make a very pretty, I suppose if you were crazy about Victorian Christmases, this would also go very well. And okay. All right, let's take a look at what we've done here. Our first one, our first gift tag, we used some of the blue shimmer paper from the kit and the tree. Matter of fact, we used the tree for all of them. The second one, we used the tree and we made it a little bit like, look like Aurora Borealis, and using alcohol inks. The third one, we used some watercolor with our shimmer spritz, and I will, after this experiment, see if I can get the same intensity on other things. And then we made the baby's first Christmas tag out of Distress Oxide ink and the iridescent watercolor ink and the same tree. So this same tree made 3 completely different tags. And so this is, believe it or not, tag number 1, and we will be doing the 12 tags of Christmas. And I'm going to try and do 2 a week. Things get kind of crazy this time of year, but that's my goal. Let me know which one you like the best, and if you don't like something, let me know. Give me some constructive criticism, and I'll see if I can change it. And this is Jan Monahan for Wrapping with Jan, and we are one step closer to Christmas. Thanks again for watching.